Happy Sunday morning and welcome to Liberty Park in Tinton Falls, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lion football 13 and under. Mike Formisano along with you calling today's action. Thank you very much for joining us on this fall morning here on Sunday, October 15th as the Pope John Lions look to advance their 7-0 record against the Monmouth Falcons. Pope John has qualified for the playoffs, but they first have to get through Monmouth this morning and try and finish the season at a perfect 8-0. Let's go over the roster for the Lions as the captains head out to the field in just a second. We'll start with number 1, Eric Ruiz. Number 2, Quinn Clements. Number 4, Victor Fiore. Number 5, Colin Bauman. Number 6, Lucas Rosinski. Number 7, Tyler Zabriskie. Number 8, Seamus Corcoran. 11 is Vincent Jessamaria. Number 19 is Mark Hedgepeth. Number 21, Vincenzo Siliberti. 22, Ryan Johnson. 25 is Ryder Traval. 26, Andrew Jessamaria. 27, Dylan Cocaziello. Number 28, Nathaniel Capra. 30 is Carter Johnston. Jason Cofrancesco's number 33. Thomas Walton, number 42. Aiden Armiger is 52. Aiden Dialivo is 55. Sutton Fullwood, 58. Michael Morelli, 72. Riley Watts is 78. Emilio Bronco, number 79. 88 is Jacob Post. Number 95 is Ryan Watts. The head coach of the Pope John Junior Lions 13 and under squad is Matt Emmering. Assistant coaches Jack Morelli, Jason Cofrancesco, Tom Staub, Gene Emmering, and Rich Jessamaria. The league president is Chris Bronco. League VP Dave Diarco. The team mom is Kathy Jessamaria. And the Pope John varsity head coach is Don Gaston. I'm Mike Formisano. We are here at Liberty Park in Tinton Falls, New Jersey, just off the Jersey Shore, as the Pope John Junior Lions get set to take on the Monmouth Falcons. Captains come off the field, referees and the coaches still on, discussing things, getting set for this game. 7-0, Pope John take on the Monmouth Falcons next here at Liberty Park. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Liberty Park here in Tinton Falls, New Jersey, on the Jersey Shore, as we get set for our national anthem, Pope John and Monmouth.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight are the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air. Through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
National anthem. We are here at Liberty Liberty Park in Tinton Falls, New Jersey, on the Jersey Shore, as the Pope John Junior Lions 13 and under squad look to go 8-0, finish out the regular season. They have already qualified for the playoffs. They finished the regular schedule against the Monmouth Falcons this morning here in Liberty Park. Before we get started with the game, just want to send a shout out to my wife, Kara. Happy anniversary, as we have now been married 17 years. Yeah, I don't know how she survived me all that long, but she has, so I give her props. Pope John will kick off the ball going right to left. They're in their white jerseys with blue pants and pink socks and other accoutrements for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Gold helmets with the blue lion on the side. The Monmouth Falcons in their home black jerseys with black pants and gold trim. Seamus Corcoran, number 8, with the kickoff for Pope John from the 40-yard line. Pope John looking to go 8-0 on the season. Referees get set. 10-minute quarters here at 13U football. The final regular season game of 2023 for the Pope John Junior Lions 13 and under team. Is the whistle. Corcoran from his own 40-yard line. Here's the kick. High kick, end over end. Gets down to about the 10-yard line. Goes through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback for Monmouth, and they'll start out 1st and 10 from the 20. So Pope John will be on defense first. Monmouth going left to right. Pope John right to left. Just underway here at Liberty Park, home of the Monmouth Falcons. We are in Tinton Falls, New Jersey, just outside of Long Branch and outside of Monmouth, right on the Jersey Shore. It is windy here today. Wind is kicking up, but it is clear, so no rain like it was yesterday. It has been almost like a monsoon for the past month here in northern New Jersey. 1st and 10 from the 20. Quarterback in the shotgun. He'll hand off to number 5. Cuts to the left. Tries to run up the middle. Is met there. Number 88 on the tackle for Pope John, Jacob Post. That'll bring him 2nd and about 7. Lions looking to finish their schedule 8-0 on the year. They have already qualified for the postseason, attempting to lock down the number 1 seed in the 13U division. Announcements next week on where the Lions will be playing their first postseason game. Quarterback in the shotgun, hand on, nope, fake. Oh, they went over to number 8, who's running to the right side. Vincent Jessamaria meets him at the sideline and is knocked out of bounds. That'll bring up 3rd down for the Falcons. Gain of about 5 on the play. 3rd, say 2, from the 28-yard line for Monmouth.
As always, the kickoff is brought to you by Tinton Falls Little League, one of our feature sponsors. Run short for Falcons.
3rd and about 2 from the 28-yard line for Monmouth. Pope John with 5 on the line. Quarterback under center. 2 men in the backfield. Number 1 takes the snap, hands off to number 5. Avoids the tackle from Morelli. Avoids the second tackle. He's got the 1st down. Knocked out of bounds by the Pope John defense. Number 5 gets the 1st down for Monmouth. So they set the ball at about the 36-yard line of Monmouth. John defense up to the line. Quarterback in the shotgun for Monmouth. 1 man to his right. Man in motion, number 23. Number 1 drops back to pass. Fires it downfield. Wobbly pass. Intercepted by Quinn Clements. And Clements will go down at about the 43-yard line. Interception for Clements, and Pope John will take over in plus territory. 7:35 remaining, opening quarter. Pope John with the takeaway, and they'll start an offense at the 43-yard line. Quarterback Victor Fiore, number 4, out with the huddle. Down to the line. Carter Johnston, the near wideout. Vincent Jessamaria, number 11, in the backfield. Fiore in a shotgun. Pope John getting to work on offense. Man in motion is Walton, 42. The handoff goes to his trailer and down at about the 40-yard line. That was Andrew Jessamaria, number 26, taking the lead from Walton. Jessamaria with the ball and gets down to about the 40 for a gain of about 4. Let's call it 2nd and 6 from the Monmouth 40. 7:14 remaining, first quarter. No score between Pope John and Monmouth. Walton in motion. Fiore takes a snap. Hands off to Vincent Jessamaria. Barrels his way down to about the 34-yard line. Be about 2 yards shy of the first down marker.
He picks up 3. 30 short for Pope John.
So 3rd and 2 from the Monmouth 36. Probably just outside of Seamus Corcoran's field goal range. Walton in motion. Fiore takes the snap. Hands off to Andrew Jessamaria. Cuts to his left. He's got a tackle all over him. And he gains about another yard or so to get back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be short for the first down marker. So 4th down. And we'll see what Pope John does. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it here on 4th and short in Monmouth territory. It's too far away for a field goal attempt. So that's what they're going to do. Fiore's under center. Aiden Dialivo down the middle. Dialivo gets the first down. First down, Pope John. Dialivo with the ball down to about the 33-yard line. So, move the sticks. Pope John, first down. 1st and 10 from the 33. Fiore in a shotgun. Vincent Jessamaria to his left. Fiore takes it. Screen pass to Jessamaria. Just slips through his hands. And incomplete. Ball was going forward, so no fumble. We had a play in the 11U game last week where the quarterback threw it behind where he was towards the receiver, and it was incomplete. They did not call it a fumble. The referees blew the whistles. They just blew the play dead. But that would be a fumble. In this play, the pass was going forward, so it's just an incomplete. Fiore in the shotgun, Walton in motion. Handoff to Andrew Jessamaria to the right, towards the far sideline. Jessamaria is met at about the 30-yard line and is driven back. Forward progress should get him to the 30, maybe the 31, depending on where they spot the ball. That'll bring up 3rd down. We're about halfway through the first quarter. No score between Pope John and Monmouth, and Pope John with a really unfortunate spot there as Andrew Jessamaria marked down at the 32. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 for Pope John. Fiore in a shotgun. Andrew Jessamaria in the backfield. Takes the snap. Through the hands of Fiore. He's just got to land on it, make sure Monmouth doesn't recover. So Fiore with the snap a little high there. Slipped through his fingers. Hits the turf, but he lands on it and makes sure Pope John retains possession. 4th and long for Pope John, and now Corcoran comes out, but he's out there to punt. 5:10 and counting here, first quarter. Pope John will kick it away. Ball spotted at the 42. Corcoran back in his own 45. Here's a snap. Corcoran takes it high up in the air. No distance whatsoever. Comes towards the near sideline. So he got a little underneath it. And maybe a couple of yards on net gain. So Monmouth will take over basically where the ball was spotted initially at the 42-yard line of Monmouth. The Falcons are going to start up 1st and 10. 4:50 remaining, first quarter. No score between Pope John and Monmouth. So as I said, Corcoran got underneath that ball, but I'll tell you, maybe the wind took that as well. It's about 20 to 25 miles per hour, blowing towards the east behind us. Maybe the southeast is the American flag. It's kind of coming towards us here in the stands. We're on the east side of the field. First and 10, Monmouth. Quarterback in the shotgun. Pope John with 7 men on the line. Here's a handoff to number 5. Cuts to the right. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Takes the Aliva with the tackle. And it'll be 2nd and 10. After the 13U game, please make sure you stay with us. Pope John Junior Lion Football 11 and under, as they will take on the Toms River Warriors. They complete their season. The 11U squad also qualifying for the playoffs at 5 and 2. They'll look for their 6th victory of the season. They are perfect 4-0 on the road this year. They locked down their first home victory at Pope John High School last week. Number 23 in motion for Monmouth. Quarterback in the shotgun. 2 men in the backfield. Here's a snap. Fake to number 8. Now to pitch to 5. Pops over a Pope John defender and is able to get to about the 49 of the Lions. Good acrobatic move by number 5. And able to get the ball down to Pope John territory. They'll mark it at the 48. 3rd and 3. Well, we got a flag on the play. It's going to be against Monmouth, so that's going to mark the ball back. So, negate the run, and the ball will go back to Monmouth territory. Referee spot the ball at the 38 of the Falcons. We'll replay 2nd down. 2nd and long for Monmouth. They have to get to the Pope John 45 for a first. Clock's running, 3:23 and counting. No score between Pope John and Monmouth. The Lions a perfect 7-0 on the season, looking for their 8th final victory of the regular campaign. 5 on the line for Pope John. Number 5 in motion. Quarterback in the shotgun. Now 25, Ryder Gerval creeping up. Goes back to covering the wideout. Here's number 1 with the snap. Throws it downfield to number 5. Incomplete. Quinn Clements on the coverage. Ball was underthrown by the quarterback, so that'll bring up 3rd down. Clock down to 2:45 remaining here in the first quarter. 3rd and long for the Falcons.
Remember that their snack stand is open. Get over there for bacon and cheese, coconut and cheese, a hot coffee, or Gatorade.
Pope John defensive unit, Aiden Armger, number 52. Jacob Post, number 88, at both at the line, along with 42. Thomas Walton, Michael Morelli, 72. Vincent Jessup Maria, number 11. Gervals, number 25. Lucas Rositzky, number 6. Seamus Corcoran on the near sideline, number 8. The safety positions, Victor Fiore and Quinn Clements, 4 and 2. Flag on the play. We have movement on the line. We'll see if it is a false start, and it is against Monmouth. So drive the Falcons back a little more, and 3rd in a country mile. Somebody want to tell me what a country mile is? I don't know. It's just long. Right, exactly. It's far. Does it make it any different than a city mile? 3rd and long for the Falcons. 2:22 and counting. Monmouth still in the huddle. They have a short amount of time to get this play off. Might as well go delay a game. Quarterback in the shotgun. Tailback to the right. Monmouth with some confusion trying to get the play off. They do. Number 1. Rolls to his left and is brought down. No, still on his feet. The Jacob Post has tied up. Jacob Post with the sack. Never brought down number 1, but tied him up. Stopped forward progress. Post with the stop there and the sack. And with a minute 40 to go, it'll be 4th and even longer than a country mile. They're all the way back now at the 22-yard line, having to get to the Pope John 45. And undoubtedly, Monmouth will be punting here. Punter down at about the 10-yard line. That's number 5, I believe. Pope John, 9 men coming. Punts off. It's a high, wobbly kick takes a Monmouth bounce to the 50 and beyond, and they will spot the ball at the Pope John 49 as Clements didn't have a play on it. 1 minute, 4 seconds remaining, opening quarter. Pope John Lions and Monmouth Falcons scoreless here. We are at Liberty Park in Tinton Falls, New Jersey. So the heat is gone. We are definitely in autumn, but the wind has arrived. As it is a windy day, blustery day, as Winnie the Pooh used to say. First and 10 from Pope John from the 49-yard line. We are glad you're with us here on this Sunday morning on the Jersey Shore. Fiore in the shotgun, Walton in motion. Here's the snap. Fiore fires downfield for Clements, just over his hands and incomplete. Defended by number 1, the quarterback for Monmouth, who's playing corner there. Clements was able to get his hands on it, but just a little out of his reach. Maybe his fingertips brushed it. 57 seconds to go, second and 10. Seamus Corcoran now into the game for Pope John in place of Carter Johnston. Fiore in the shotgun, Corcoran to the near wideout. Andrew Jessamaria to the left of Fiore, who's in the shotgun. Second and 10. Here's the snap. Fiore looking to Corcoran. Fires across the middle. Catch by Corcoran. And he slides down at about 30. 21-yard pass reception from Victor Fiore to Seamus Corcoran. And Pope John with the first down. 40 seconds remain in the opening quarter. No score between the Pope John Lions and the Monmouth Falcons. First and 10 from the Falcon 30. Thomas Walton back into the game. And now Walton coming back out. I don't think he had any way for substitution. So Walton back to the sideline. Fiore in the shotgun. Clements to the near side. Here is Zabriskie in motion. The handoff to Vincent Jessamarie. He's met right the line. And Monmouth swarms him, driving it back to about the 32. Loss of 2 on the play from Pope John. He'll bring up second down. 3 seconds remaining. Clock stopped. So they'll get one more play off here. Or will they, depending on when the referees start the clock. There it goes. 2, 1, and that's it for the first quarter, as Pope John doesn't get the playoff. End of the first quarter, no score between Pope John and Monmouth. We will be back to Liberty Park for second quarter action right after this.
End of the first quarter means it's time for some coaches spotlight. Okay.
You don't walk like every other week. What is the theme for middle school dance? What is the theme?
Couple coaches spotlight. Hey, coach. You have from England, New Jersey, with the high school St. Catholic, been coaching Pop Warner for 10 years, and has coached one team to a state title.
Welcome back to Liberty Park in Tinton Falls, New Jersey, right on the Jersey Shore. For Pope John Junior Lion 13 and under football, Mike Formisano along with you, calling today's action. Second quarter to begin as we switch sides of the field. And Pope John will be going left to right on your screen. We are here with the Pope John parents and faithful in the stands, all bundled up here like winter is on its way. Here is second down play for Fiore, down to Clements, just out of his reach and intercepted by number 1 for Monmouth. So the Falcons get the turnover there on the intercepted pass from Fiore, and the Falcons will take control at about the 9-yard line. Well, you want a bright side of that interception. It's that Fiore was able to get it about 30 yards downfield, so it's almost as good as a punt. But I'm sure the coaching staff on a second down play not happy with the pick. First and 10, Monmouth with it at their own 9-yard line, let's say. Pope John defense back on the field. Just underway here, second quarter. The Lions and the Falcons. No score here from Liberty Park in Tinton Falls. Man in motion's number 9. Here's the quarterback under center. He drops back to pass, rolls to his right. It's being chased down by Pope John linemen and brought down in the backfield at about the 5-yard line. So the quarterback sacked there by the Pope John defense. Can't get a number on who was able to bring him down from this distance. My eyes are not as good as they used to be. We got an injury timeout and the Monmouth player down, holding his chest area. So now rolling over. That's number 51 for Monmouth. So we'll take a bit of a break here as the Monmouth coaches come out to take a look at the player. We'll be right back to Liberty Park for more Pope John football right after this. Welcome back to Liberty Park in Tinton Field, New Jersey. Mike Formasano along with you, calling today's action as Pope John and Monmouth are scoreless here in the second quarter. The player from Monmouth has been helped off the field. He's on his own feet. That's good to see. It's been a game of field position so far. One turnover each for Pope John and Monmouth. Quinn Klebitz with an interception in the first quarter, and then a pass intended for Klebitz was intercepted by the Monmouth defense. So that's where they have the ball now, at their own 5-yard line, the Falcons do. And it's going to be second and long for Monmouth. Lions 7-0, looking to complete their season with a perfect 8-0 record before the postseason starts after this week. Please keep an ear and eye on Sports Engine to get the announcement from Pop Warner for date, time, and opponent, as we always do, sometime in the middle of the week. The Lions have definitely qualified for the postseason. So here's the quarterback rolling to his left. He's in the end zone, being chased down by Post, and he'll throw it away towards the sideline. That'll bring up third down. Well, the quarterback from Monmouth, very few options there, being chased in the end zone. You don't want to go out of the end zone, it'll be a safety. You don't want to go down, it'll be a loss of 2 points. And all he had was basically to chuck towards the sideline, avoid intentional grounding that way, and third down now for Monmouth at their own 5-yard line. This would be big for Pope John to hit Monmouth deep in their own zone and get the ball probably on this side of the field. Quarterback in the shotgun. Here's the snap. He'll hand over to number 11. He cuts to his right and met by a sea of defenders there from Pope John. Still on his feet, however, and still rumbling towards this first down marker. He's able to get to about the 18 or 19-yard line, so Pope John met him back at about the 5, however, using his legs, staying on his feet, and churning those leg muscles all the way to about the 18, 19-yard line with the ball. It'll be fourth down, but only about 2 to go, so we'll see if the Falcons go for it. We're going to see what Monmouth does here. Fourth and short, yard maybe 2. Monmouth's going to go for it. They're at the line. Maybe they're going to try and draw Pope John off. We got a whistle and a timeout. Monmouth takes time as they'll talk things over. We'll be right back here to Liberty Park with 7:55 remaining in the second quarter. Pope John and Monmouth, no score. We'll be back right after this.
Yeah!
Welcome back to Liberty Park in Tinton Falls, New Jersey. Pope John Junior Lion football. Last road game of the regular season, last game of the regular season. Pope John at 7-0 taking on the Monmouth Falcons. Mike Formosano here calling today's action on this beautiful Sunday morning here on the Jersey Shore. It'll be 4th and short for the Falcons. They're deciding to go for it. About a yard or two to go. The first down marker's at the 20, maybe 19 and a half. Here's the snap, run up the middle. Is able to get past the 20. That's going to be a first down for Monmouth. So about a yard or two more than they needed, and they'll move the chains. First down, Monmouth. They're going to spot the ball at about the 21-yard line. So the Falcons needing all 4 downs there. The PA system with a Falcon chant there. That'd be perfect for Halloween. 1st and 10, Monmouth at their own 21.
Go defense! Let's go, Pope defense!
4 men on the line for the Lions. Quarterback under center, 2 men in the backfield. Here is the handoff to the tailback, and he's met in the backfield. The ball's loose, and Pope John is recovered. Let's get the official announcement from the referee. Pope John is pointing that way. We'll see. Did they recover it, or... And the referee just signals Pope John ball. First down, Lions. So Thomas Walton in there on the hit. And Pope John's able to land on the ball and recover. Fumble recovery for Pope John. And they'll start at about the 22-yard line of Monmouth. 1st and 10, Pope John looking for their first points in the game. Second turnover by Monmouth. So Pope John is +1 in that category for today. Here's Fiore in the shotgun. And in motion's Walton. Handoff goes to Andrew Jesseria to the right. Jesseria barreling for yardage. Gets down to about 16. Gain of about 5, maybe 6 on the play. 2nd and short for Pope John. They've got to get to about the 11-yard line. Say maybe the 12. Maybe they have to get to the 12. 2nd, and we're going to say about 4 here. Fiore in the shotgun. Jesseria to his left. Walton in motion. Now Walton back the other way. Here's the snap to Fiore. Fiore looking downfield. He'll toss it over to Vincent Jesseria just through his hands. The wind may have taken that a little bit as it looked like the trajectory kind of curved on him. And Jesseria was able to bring that in, so it'll be 3rd down and about 4 to go for Pope John. The tricky thing is if you get to 4th down, and if you want Corker to come out and try and attempt a field goal, the wind is just whipping right now. And it's going against the wind too, so he'd have to probably even be closer than he is right now for a legitimate attempt. Here's the snap to Fiore. Fiore with the screen pass to Andrew Jesseria. Andrew Jesseria cutting to the left and is able to get maybe about 3 or 4 yards. Maybe 3. It's going to bring it down to about the 14-yard line. So let's say 4th and maybe 2.5. I don't think they're going to attempt the field goal. I think they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Again, with the wind, tricky to try and kick this. Aiden D'Olivo in the backfield now, as he was successful on the last 4th down attempt for Pope John. Here's the hand up to D'Olivo, and he barrels his way down to about the 10-yard line. Is it enough for a first? Referees are signaling. We're going to see what the spot is. Perhaps they have to bring out the chains. No signal yet from the referees. And first down, Pope John. So after convening, the referees decide that the D'Olivo picked up just enough for the first.
No, I saw the official on the field giving the first. They are giving the first.
1st and 10 for Pope John. Spotting the ball at about the 12-yard line of Monmouth. Pope John looking for a quick snap here. As Fiore in the shotgun, Ryder Gervald in motion. Here's the handoff to Andrew Jesseria. Cuts through the middle towards the left side. And he gains about 5, maybe 6 on the play. second down for Pope John. They can get another first if they get down to about the 1 or 2 yard line.
6 after about 4. Second ball about the 7-yard line now.
So they're marking the ball at the 7. Second and about 5 to go for Pope John. We are in the second quarter. No score between the Lions and the Monmouth Falcons. Quinn Clements in motion. Here's the snap to Fiore. Hand off to Andrew Jessamaria. Jessamaria pounds into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions! Andrew Jessamaria from 7 yards out. He cuts to his left and barrels his way into the end zone. And the Pope John Lions take a 6-0 lead. 4:40 remaining, second quarter, and Pope John up in this one by 6. Here's Seamus Corcoran out to attempt the 2-point extra point. It's not really an extra point if it's 2, so the point after touchdown, a 2-point conversion with the kick. So we'll see what Pope John does. Looks like Corcoran is setting up for that. Even against the wind, it's only about 20 yards away, so. Victor Fiore to hold. Corcoran lining up. Here's the point after attempt. Placed down, kicks up. It is good. Corcoran boosts that throw as if there's no wind at all. And Pope John goes up 8-0. 4:37 remaining in the first half, and Pope John finally hits pay dirt. Andrew Jessamaria from 7 yards out. The 2-point conversion from Seamus Corcoran with the boot through the field goal posts, and Pope John up 8-0. We're at Liberty Park in Tinton Falls, New Jersey. Mike Formisano along with you calling today's action as Pope John has finally put points on the board, and they lead 8-0 with 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Again, please make sure to stay with us after this game as the Pope John Junior Lions 11U squad gets set to take on the Toms River Warriors. We'll be here with you for that contest. And then throughout the week, please check Sports Engine to see where the 13U and 11U teams will be going to start the postseason. Hopefully they will be at the same place as they are today. If they are split up at the same time, it may make things difficult to cover both games. However, we will do our best. If it's anywhere within the vicinity of each other or at different times or days, then we'll definitely cover both games. Here's the kick by Corcoran. End over end, gets to about the 40-yard line. Monmouth Falcons go ahead and recover there, and they take the ball at about the 39. That's where they'll start. First and 10 from their own 39. Monmouth with the ball going right to left. Pope John leads 8-0 here in the midway through the second quarter. So defenders on the field for Pope John. You got 95 out there for the Lions. That is Ryan Watts. Along with Michael Morelli on the line, 72. Number 5. Colin Bauman out on the line, along with Thomas Walton, 42. Vincent Jessamaria, number 11. Hunter Johnston with the cornerback position. Fiore Clements in the safety, along with Seamus Corcoran out there as well. Here's D'Olivo. Here's a snap to the Monmouth quarterback being chased by Walton. Now D'Olivo in there as well. The catch made by number 5 for Monmouth, and he gets to about the 35, maybe 36-yard line, but it's a loss of about 4 on the play. Second and long for the Falcons. 4:07 and counting, second quarter. Pope John with an 8-0 lead.
Johnson back in quarterback.
Monmouth up to the line. Second and about 13 from their own 36. Quarterback in the shotgun. 2 men in the backfield with him now. Number 5 goes in motion towards the far sideline. Here's a snap, low snap. Quarterback takes it and rolls to his left. Jessimaria all over him and wraps him up and brings him down. Vincent Jessimaria with the sack back at the 20-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and long for Monmouth. It's Jessimaria getting penetration there on the line and getting towards the quarterback to bring him down. This wind is crazy. 3rd and long as I try to get the words out. No coverage here. We're not shielded by a press box or anything like that. We're right in the middle of the stands, and we'll do our best. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 3:02 remaining, second quarter. Pope John leads the Monmouth Falcons 8-0. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Liberty Park in Tinton Falls, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lion football, 13 and under. Mike Formasano along with you calling today's action. Pope John Lions waited until the second quarter, but finally got on the board with a touchdown and an extra point conversion to make it 8-0. Pope John over the Monmouth Falcons. Andrew Jessimaria with a 70-yard touchdown run. Here's the flip to number 5. He loses it, picks it back up. He's going to cut to the far sideline. Trying to gain some yardage there. He's all the way up the field. Finally knocked out of bounds at about the 35, maybe 36-yard line. So close to, well, maybe let's say that, try to take the numbers on the field. About the 35. They're going to mark it there. So 4th and long for Monmouth. They've got to get to the 49-yard line. So about 5 yards short of the initial line of scrimmage. Punter's in the backfield. 2:50 remaining, second quarter. Monmouth forced to punt it away here. Here's a snap, kicks up all the way down the field to about the 30, takes a Monmouth bounce, and it's going to die at about the 15, maybe 14-yard line. So great punt by Monmouth, driving Pope John all the way back, and they're going to start from deep in their own territory. 2:40 remaining, second quarter. Pope John leads 8-0. We'll see if the Lions can get on the board one more time before the end of the first half. So the Lion offense back on the field in the huddle. Again, please stay with us after this game as the 11U squad take on the Toms River Warriors right here at Liberty Park in Tinton Falls, New Jersey. Fiore in the shotgun, one man in the backfield. That looks to be Vincent Jessimaria. Fiore barking out signals. Walton in motion. Here's a snap, handoff to Andrew Jessimaria, and he takes it across the 25-yard line, but it's going to come back as Pope John hit with a penalty flag. Official timeout. We got an injured player on the field. It's Andrew Jessimaria, but he's helped back up. Coach is coming out to take a look at Andrew. He's on his feet already, walking back to the sideline, which is good to see. But the coaches want to be double confident and make sure that Andrew's all right. Coach is helping him off. He's under his own power, so that's good to see. 2:32 remaining here in the second quarter, and Jessimaria gets applause from the crowd here. Ball spotted at about the 6, maybe 7-yard line of Pope John. So the penalty driving them back 5 more yards. 2:20 and counting. Pope John in the shadow of their own end zone. Fiore in the shotgun. They'll take the snap, handoff to, it looks like Thomas Walton, and he is met by a sea of Monmouth Falcons and brought down there. So 2:04 remaining in the second quarter. Clock stops. We got a penalty against Pope John again. Looks like another false start. So he's going to drive him back even further. Pope John trying to get some traction here on this drive, and fortunately for the Lions, they keep going backwards.
First down for the Lions. They're on about their 3-yard line now.
So Pope John in the huddle. They're spotting the ball at about the 5. Yeah, and that's just said 3, but I see it right on the line. So first and long for Pope John. They've got to get to about the 23-yard line. Minute 46 and counting. We've got an official timeout. Pope John timeout. Minute 42 remaining. So Pope John takes their first timeout, and we will take one as well. 1 minute 42 seconds to go. Second quarter. Pope John leads the Monmouth Falcons 8-0. We'll be back after this. Hey, Charlie, Formasano. Charlie. He has selective hearing. Charlie. Real quick, go to the car and get my light cord, please. Thank you. Make sure you lock it. Thank you. Welcome back to Liberty Park here in Tinton Falls, New Jersey, as Pope John starts up again. First down and incomplete. Pass intended for Seamus Corcoran, almost intercepted by Monmouth. It's going to bring up second down.
Clock stops with a minute 34 remaining. Second and long for your Lions.
In the car.
They only have hot cocoa, 2 hot.
Second down for Pope John at about the 5-yard line. Fiore in the shotgun, Walton in motion. Now back the other way. Fiore with the snap. Cuts to his right. To Walton. He brought it in. Great catch by Thomas Walton. Short yardage, but good reception by Thomas Walton nonetheless. Minute 31 and counting. We'll bring up third down, and now the Falcons will take time. So minute 28 remaining here in the second quarter. Pope John leading 8-0. We will be back right after this.
Yeah, they do.
Welcome back to Tinton Field here, or actually Liberty Park here in Tinton Falls, New Jersey. I say that so many times, you're trying to remember it. We don't come down here a lot. I'd never heard of Tinton Falls until today, but I'm from New Jersey originally. That's my fault. Here's the snap, and we got moving on the line. Thank you, Charlie. Third down, and it'll be another penalty against Pope John, a false start, and that'll drive him back further. So, no, I'm not from New Jersey originally, but we've been here for many years. Enjoy living in Sparta, New Jersey. We're just outside of it now. Kids go to Pope John. Actually, I've got one in Pope John High School, one in Pope John Middle School, and one in Reverend Brown. So, covering all 3 bases at the Catholic Academy. Third and long for Pope John here. Minute 26 remaining, second quarter. Pope John holding an 8-0 lead. There's Walton on motion. Hand off to Vincent Jesamaria, and he's met in the backfield, and that's going to be a safety. He's in the end zone, brought down by Monmouth, and the Falcons put 2 on the board for them. Safety recorded by Monmouth, tackling Vincent Jesamaria in the end zone, and it'll be 8-2. So a bad break for Pope John there, and now Seamus Corcoran will have to punt it away from his own 20.
Now they'll get the ball with a minute 20 to go on the punt here. The punt from your Lions. Defense gets some momentum here for the Falcons as we go to late the first half.
Officially 1 minute 21 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Pope John with an 8-2 lead. They haven't put the 2 points on the scoreboard yet, so that's where I'm rating it from. Monmouth with the safety, however, and Corcoran's going to punt away from his own 20.
Get out! Yeah, love that.
Referee with the whistle, and here is Corcoran with the punt. High end overhead kick to about the 48 of Pope John. The Monmouth receiver makes the catch there, and Monmouth will start in Pope John territory. From the Pope John 48 with a minute 20 remaining in the second quarter. Pope John with an 8-2 lead. Substitutions into the game. Number 33, Jason Cofrancesco. And number 5, Colin Bauman. In for Emilio Branco, 79, and Jacob Post, 88. First and 10 for Monmouth from the Pope John. Let's say 47. They're going to mark it down there. Quarterback in the shotgun. 2 men in the backfield with him. Movement on the line. I think that's going to be against Monmouth. False start against the Falcons, and that'll drive Monmouth back 5. So now Monmouth back in their own side of the field, spotting the ball at the Falcon 47. First and long for Monmouth. Clock goes down to a minute 18. Pope John looking to close out the regular season at a perfect 8-0. They have the lead. They're in the second quarter. We've got another half plus minute 18 to get through to be able to do that. Falcons at the line. Quarterback in the shotgun. 1 man in the backfield. Man in motion's 8. He'll take the handoff from the quarterback. Cuts to the far sideline and stays in bounds. Is able to get to about the 42, maybe 43 of Pope John. So a gain of about 10 or 11 on the play, but it still brings up second down due to the penalty yardage. He got out of bounds, so it stops the clock. 1 minute 11 seconds remaining. Monmouth, I believe, has 2 timeouts remaining in the first half. So quarterback in shotgun for Monmouth. Standing at his own 49. Takes the snap, a high one. Settles it down. He's got Vincent Jesamaria on him. Walton missed tackle. And now he's number 1 cutting to the left sideline. He's able to avoid 1 tackler. Finally driven out of bounds by Victor Fiore at 35. But that is going to be a first down for Monmouth.
Jalen Johnson on the carry. He's pushing the ball into Lions territory, and it also stops the clock.
59 seconds remaining. We got an injury timeout. Player down for, I believe, Monmouth. Yes. He is helped up by the coaches. Good to see. Walking off, actually running off under his own power. It's number 3 for the Falcons. 59 seconds remaining in the first half. Pope John holding an 8-2 lead. Mike Formasano along with you, calling today's action from Liberty Park, Tinton Falls, New Jersey, just on the Jersey shore. The wind coming up off the Atlantic Ocean. blowing into Tinton Falls. It has calmed down a bit, and the sun getting a little stronger. It's a little warmer outside, maybe the mid-50s. Beautiful Sunday fall afternoon, or morning here. It's still morning. I keep forgetting. First and 10 for Monmouth from the Pope John 35. Quarterback in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Drops back. Fires to the far sideline. Tipped away by Vincent Jessamaria. Jessamaria getting his left hand on it, knocking it away from the Monmouth receiver. That'll bring up second down. So good defense by Vincent Jessamaria there, staying with his receiver, and being able to get a hand on that ball and knocking it to the turf. Second and 10 for the Falcons as they come to the line. Quarterback in the gun. He's been working out of it most of the game. Two men in the backfield. Tailbacks flanking him, one on either side. Two wideouts as well. Here's a snap. Number one fakes the handoff. He rolls to his right. Fires downfield. Got a receiver open, but just over his head. Incomplete. Third and 10 for the Falcons. Still at the 35-yard line of Pope John. Clock down to 48 seconds remaining in the first half.
The longest first half.
Have your Falcons cheerleaders taking here at halftime. Your champion Falcons cheerleader squad.
Ball at the 35 of Pope John. Monmouth, third and 10.
Get in there, Jason!
Bauman, Co-Francesco, and Walton on the line. Along with Vincent Jessamaria now moving up to the left defensive end position. Quarterback in the gun. One man in the backfield. Man in motion. Number one. Fires downfield. He's got a receiver down there, but it's way over his head. And incomplete. Seamus Corcoran on the coverage for Pope John. That'll bring up fourth and 10. So as Monmouth was moving the ball down the field into Pope John territory, the drive is stalled at 35. And we'll see what Monmouth does for their fourth down possession. 8-2, Pope John leading over Monmouth. Touchdown and 2-point conversion for Pope John on the Corcoran kick. And a safety for Monmouth with a tackle of Vincent Jessamaria in the end zone. Andrew with the touchdown from 7 yards out. That's your scoring so far. Here's a snap to number one. Fires downfield. Complete. No, he dropped it. Monmouth, the receiver, number 8, had it in his hands, came down to the turf. He couldn't hold on. And so the ball's going to go back to Pope John on a turnover on downs. 35 ticks remaining, second quarter. Pope John will get the ball back. Oh, the pass was there from the Monmouth quarterback. The receiver had it in his hands. He came down to the turf. But as he did, the ball was jostled loose and out of his hands. It wasn't the ground that caused it. He just couldn't hold on to it. First and 10, Pope John from the 35. Walton in motion. Fiore in the gun. Handoff to Vincent Jessamaria. Cutting to his left, now up the middle. Down to about the 49-yard line of the Lions. And with 34 ticks of the clock remaining, Pope John and Coach Emmering take a timeout. Clock is down to 29 as they stop it for the Pope John timeout. We'll stay with you. Lions probably have to get it to about the 20, maybe 25-yard line for Corcoran to have a chance at the field goal here. Strong leg for Seamus. Probably be able to kick it in better conditions if it wasn't so windy, but he's going to have to get pretty close here, I would think. Although he booted the extra point through, and that thing had some distance on it, so we shall see what the coaching staff wants to do for Pope John if they get that close. 29 seconds remaining, second quarter. Lions leading 8-2. Fiore in the gun. Walton in motion. Here's the snap. Fake to Jess Maria. And Fiore's brought down by number 8 at the 45-yard line. So a sack on the play. 20 seconds remaining. And a timeout called by Pope John. So they'll take their final timeout with 17 seconds to go. We'll be right back to Liberty Park in Tinton Falls, New Jersey, right after this. So welcome back to Liberty Park. Quick timeout. Pope John right back on the field. 17 seconds remaining, first half. Lions lead 8-2. They're at their own 45. Fiore in the shotgun. Walton in motion. Takes the snap. We got movement on the line. I think it's going to be against Pope John. It is. False start against the Lions. They'll move it back to the 40. Substitutions in. Number 1, Eric Ruiz. Number 28 for the Lions, Nathaniel Capra. Quinn Clevitz off for Pope John. So, Fiore will take a knee, and that'll end the first half. Five seconds remaining. Clock continuing to run down to all zeros, and there it is. End of the first half. Pope John leads the Monmouth Falcons 8-2. We'll take halftime now. We'll be back on a new feed starting up at the beginning of the second half. Right after halftime. Please come back for us then.